they are able to gain from such knowledge for a particular purpose, the group, as its followers, though these would tend to be unaware of this, would be extremely powerful compared to people who have no idea of this and do not know and do not want to know of such things. Precisely such a group existed in the 18th century and still continues today. A certain group of people knew of the facts of which I have spoken. They knew that the events I have described as happening in the 19th and on into the 20th century would happen. In the 18th century, this group decided to pursue certain aims which were in their own interests and to work toward certain impulses. This was done quite systematically. The masses of humanity go through life as if asleep, without thought. They are completely unaware of what is going on in groups, some of them quite large, which may be right next door. Today, more than ever, people are much given up to illusion. Just consider the way in which many people keep saying today, quote, "It is amazing how effective modern communications are and how this brings people together. Everybody hears about everybody else. This is totally different from the way it was in earlier times." Close quote. You will recall all the things people tend to say on the subject. But we only need to take a cool, rational view of some specific instances to find some very odd things going on in modern times. Who would believe, for example, I am merely giving an illustration, that the press, which understands everything and goes into everything, would ever fail to make new literary works widely known? You would not think, would you, that profound, significant, epoch making literary works would remain unknown? Surely we must hear of them in some way or other. Well, in the second half of the 19th century, the press, as we call it today, with due respect, was in the early stages of becoming what it is today. A new literary work appeared at that time which was more epoch making and of more radical importance than all the well known authors taken together. People like Spielhagen, Gustav Freitag, Paul Heise, and many others whose works went through numerous editions. The work in question was Dreizehn Linden by Wilhelm Weber, and it really was more widely read in the last third of the 19th century than any other work. But I ask you, how many people in this room do not know of the existence of Wilhelm Weber's title Dreizehn Linden? You see how people live alongside each other in spite of the press. Profoundly radical ideas are presented in beautiful poetic language in Dreizehn Linden. And these are alive today in the hearts and minds of thousands of people. I have spoken of this to show that it is entirely possible today for the mass of people to know nothing of radically new developments which are right on their doorstep.